okay, I'm a little behind on schedule. I should have done this yesterday, but instead, I was laying in bed rotting. Also, as of me recording this, just only 24 hours left until I finally see Captain America: Brave New World. Last night we just had the world premiere, and I gotta ask Marvel, how the hell do I attend to your Marvel premieres? Look, I know I probably won't make it to the Thunderbolts, but I hope I have a good chance of making it to the Fantastic Four premiere, because I may or may not try to attempt to attend Comic-Con this year. And not just a regular Comic-Con. I mean San Diego Comic-Con. Hall H, Marvel Studios panel, all that, where they announced most of their MCU projects, and I'm telling you, we're definitely going to be getting the full slate of Phase 6 come by this July. I know, crazy. Highly doubt it will happen, because how can I make that happen? Still, who knows what will happen in the next 5 months. I don't know if it'll come to fruition. It's just a thought I had last night. Well, the night before, because right now it's midnight as of me recording this. And I try not to go down the rabbit hole thinking about it, but I caved in and basically brainstormed the whole thing, tried planning the whole thing out and see how I could try to not only see Fantastic Four in theaters dressed up as Galactus, but hopefully attend to Comic-Con San Diego for Hall H. Because I know I've always wanted to go to Comic-Con, but never bothered like asking my parents about it, because it's crazy expensive. But since it's 2025, I figured, you know what? Why the hell not? Okay, that was totally off topic, just bringing that up. But seriously though, Marvel, how do I attend to your Marvel premieres? Also, one last thing before I get back on topic. I had totally forgotten I had this bad boy with me. So, I've had this since 2022. I got it at my local GameStop where I had gotten half of these Funko Pops. And as you can see, it's unopened. And there's a specific reason for why I have not opened this thing. I was saving it for a special occasion. And since Captain America: Brave New World comes out tomorrow, the time has finally come. But we'll probably open this in another video, whether it be my Civil War review or movie log. I don't know. We shall see. Anyways, with all that crap out of the way, hello everyone. We're back to another movie review on the channel. As I reviewed the first Avenger as of Monday, I meant to make this yesterday, but instead, like I already told y'all, I was rotting in bed. It happens here and there, but that doesn't matter. What matters is that Captain America 4 is right around the freaking corner, which means I have got to avoid spoilers for the next 48 hours. This is not going to be easy. I got lucky with Guardians 3. And I don't know about the Marvels. I think I was 50-50 on that. I sadly got spoiled for Quantumania. And I, of course, got spoiled for Deadpool and Wolverine, unfortunately. But spoilers weren't all that bad, hate to admit. But ain't no way I'm getting spoiled for not only Captain America 4, but also Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four this year. Anyways, back to the topic. So, I'm continuing my review series in prep for Captain America 4, as that hits theaters tomorrow night. And now that I reviewed the first Avenger, it's time that I review The Winter Soldier, along with Civil War, which I'm going to have to do that later today, because right after this, I gotta charge my phone and then suit up as Spider-Man, because we had gotten 3 new episodes for Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. So definitely stay tuned for a reaction for that. Anyways, let's get on with the review, shall we? So yeah, I had mentioned that the next 2 sequels after the first Avenger would basically be 10 times better than the first movie. And I'm gonna be back and forth on which one I prefer, but technically I had made up my mind once I saw Civil War, so you'll know my thoughts once we get to there. But I cannot believe it's been 10 years since The Winter Soldier was released in theaters. And like I also mentioned, I've seen all 3 Captain America movies in theaters, which I feel lucky that I had the privilege or the chance to see all 3 in theaters. Now I'm about to see number 4 tomorrow with my mom. But like I mentioned, I remember seeing the first movie at most likely my grandparents' local theater, where I had seen Avengers Infinity War along with Logan. So which theater did I went to go see for The Winter Soldier? Cinemark Theaters, which happens to be the same theater I went to when I was making the Spider Monday movie vlogs, but also other movies that I went there. Don't know when was the last time I went to Cinemark Theaters. But yeah, I remember clear as day, it was that theater when I went to go see Captain America 2. But what was my experience with The Winter Soldier? Now, I only remember little bits here and there. I remember I saw a trailer like, oh, we're getting Captain America 2. Let's get it. And oh, who's this guy? The Winter Soldier? Huh? So yeah, I kind of don't remember much of the hype train I was on for The Winter Soldier. Same can go for the first Avenger. I mean, still, I remember bits here and there. But okay, I may not remember 100% of the hype train I was on for the first 2 Captain America movies, but I definitely remember most of the hype train I was on for Civil War, I'll tell you that. But my general thoughts on The Winter Soldier is basically the same as everyone else's thoughts for Captain America 2. And that is, this movie freaking rocks. It's definitely in that category for sequel surpassing the original, but also it's definitely one of the best movies we've gotten in the MCU for the Infinity Saga. Hell, it's on my top 10 list, which, Oh boy, ranking these movies is gonna be tough. Because I got like 3 Avengers movies on my list and then 2 on my list. While the others are like solo movies. One being Iron Man, The Incredible Hulk, Shang-Chi, Deadpool, Wolverine, and if I remember correctly, Spider-Man No Way Home. Definitely gonna have to re-rank it. Because I do have a soft spot for The Incredible Hulk. But I'm gonna have to remove it so I could slide in another top tier MCU movie, which will probably either be the Thunderbolts or most likely the Fantastic Four. Then again, we shall see. But let me say this right off the bat. The Russo brothers had no right making this movie that damn good, as it's got awesome action. And I totally forgot about the music in the last Captain America movie, but I love the music for the Winter Soldier, especially for the end credits, as I would listen to Taking a Stand for hours, as that shit's got me motivated.
Language!
Oh, sorry, my bad. This movie is an awesome spy thriller, and we had our first introduction to Falcon, who, not gonna lie, I never thought I'd like him so much as a character. I mean, I dug him when I first saw the movie, but now that it's been basically a decade since this movie was released, yeah, I'm a big fan of Sam Wilson, which is probably no wonder why I've been so excited to see him as Captain America after Falcon and the Winter Soldier had ended. Because it's been 5 years and I've been wanting to see him as Captain America again in the MCU. Just a couple more hours. Just a couple more hours until I see my boy back in the red and blue stripes. Did that come out right? I don't know if I come out right. You do know what I was trying to say with that, right? Red and blue stripes, you know, because that's the colors of America. Okay, moving on. But yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is that, yeah, I'm a massive Sam Wilson fan. But as for Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow, oh man, it's again hot in here. I hate to admit this, but if I've not said it before on the channel, I may or may not have a slight celebrity crush on Scarlett Johansson. But anyways, back to topic. It was great seeing Black Widow in this movie, but damn, I'm gonna be back and forth on this Marvel ship. And what would that be? Oh, Peggy and Steve, or Steve and Natasha, as I've come to notice that being a thing, like, oh damn, I want Steve and Peggy, but seeing Steve and Natasha, damn, I'm conflicted, I don't know which one to pick. But hey, glad that Steve went back in time to be with Peggy and have their first dance together. But let's talk about certain moments from this movie that had me shocked. Like, for example, I was convinced that they had fully killed off Nick Fury for good in this movie, but what blew me away the most in the theater was when it was revealed that the Winter Soldier was Bucky Barnes, aka Steve Rogers' old friend. Now I know what y'all are probably gonna say. Let me make this clear. As I've said this so many times on the channel, and I'll continue to say so in the near future, I may be a Marvel fan, but I don't know what the hell happens in the comics. So I'm gonna assume that everyone that was excited to see this movie were fully aware that Bucky Barnes was coming back as the Winter Soldier. As for me, who has never read the sacred texts of Marvel Comics, I was shocked as hell to see him in this movie because I thought he was dead in the last movie, which obviously that was done on purpose to set up the next movie. But still, I could not believe that. Like, that was kind of a big moment for me, as I was like, how old was I in 2014? 8 years old, because I turned 18 in 2024. Also, this may sound dumb, but for years until like around 2021, I'm not too sure, I would say that Captain America's villains were lame, specifically Alexander Pierce and Zemo, but the main villain is of course the Winter Soldier for this movie. Well, Zemo, yeah, I'll talk about him in the next Captain America movie review. Oh shoot, now that I think about it, technically most of his villains were slightly lame. Well, mainly Red Skull. And I guess the only lame villain was Red Skull, because I would have wished he was a better villain in the first Avenger, and I can understand why the Winter Soldier would be in that category for best MCU villains, because I didn't prefer him as a main villain in this movie, because I preferred Alexander Pierce as the main villain for this movie, since Bucky had turned good at the end of the Winter Soldier, and that was my thought process as a kid when I first saw this movie. But yeah, just know, I was a kid, I didn't understand much back then, but now, years have passed, I understand a little bit better now. Well, with that being said, this movie rocks. I'm going to be back and forth with my rating for this movie, which will either be a 9 or a 10 out of 10, but it's definitely a top 10 MCU film. So bravo, Russo brothers, y'all have cooked with Captain America 2. But y'all have also cooked with Captain America 3 2 years later. Then they cooked even more better with Infinity War and Endgame, and now they're about to cook even more better with Doomsday and Secret Wars. Also, one last thing I shall say, it was cool seeing Steve Rogers have a blue shield, which was only in for the opening scene, because then, for the rest of the movie, we're back to his regular red and blue shield. With that being said, those are just my thoughts on Captain America the Winter Soldier that is now a decade old. Come by 2026, Captain America Civil War will then be a decade old. But definitely let me know your thoughts in the comments down below for Captain America the Winter Soldier. And as always, hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll see you all for my final review, which will be Captain America Civil War, which I'm gonna have to film later today, which... oh god, I'm in a rush. I gotta have these posted before I do a movie vlog on Captain America 4 tomorrow. But as always, I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.